More on the AIG bonus outrage and what lawmakers plan to do about it. Let's bring in Senator Robert Menendez, Democrat from New Jersey. He's a member of the Banking and Finance Committees. And Senator Menendez, when you hear those responses from the White House, what do you make of it? Are you satisfied?
Well, look, I'm not satisfied. As I'm sure as I heard the president today, it's outrageous that when families are struggling to survive every day, that AIG operates in this way, particularly with taxpayer dollars. And I think the point that you made, David, is the point that I've made. If we can tell labor, United Auto Workers is only one example, that they have to renegotiate their contracts, there is no reason why, when the federal government is poised to do another $30 billion, that in fact we can't insist that those contracts get renegotiated and renegotiated in such a way in which those bonuses simply don't take place.
There's some of your colleagues that have suggested it was already a mistake essentially to rescue AIG. I want to play for you Senator Sessions earlier today talking about bankruptcy. Watch.
If your government, our government, had acted properly, we would have allowed this company to go forward in a controlled, orderly process through reorganization under Chapter 11, and we wouldn't have this bonus embarrassment. Those folks would have been ordered to tell the truth in a well-equipped federal court process, and there would have been no reason for the healthy parts of AIG to fail at all.
Senator, how about it? How about whether it's not the entire company in bankruptcy, what about the derivatives unit, as we suggested at the top? Put them in bankruptcy, and then you're not under any obligation to pay bonuses.
Well, it may come to that. The only thing I disagree with Senator Sessions, what we should have done, and what Senator Sessions and others were silent about, were those of us who were calling for the regulatory enforcement that should have taken place so that we wouldn't find ourselves with a company that poses systemic risk to our economy, beyond their own issues, systemic risk to our economy. And so it just seems to me that in terms of taking over AIG, that it was necessary as it related to our overall economy. But I agree, maybe the derivative sections of this needs to be ultimately jettisoned out. The bottom line is, if people cannot understand that there is shared sacrifice to be called for in this country, that families across the landscape of the countries are facing enormous challenges in their personal lives and those of their families, and to have taxpayer monies go to these companies and not change the culture in the way in which they do business, they're going to find themselves in very sad shape here.
Well, Senator Menendez, I think everybody agrees with you, but there still seem to be some questions about what did the White House know and when. And clearly, Secretary Geithner, he knew that these contracts, that the deal had to be satisfied by yesterday. He reached a deal with AIG. It spills out, and now that deal is inappropriate according to the president. Do you have trust in Secretary Geithner on all of this?
Well, I trust Secretary Geithner. He's facing the biggest array of challenges that any Treasury Secretary could face at one time without even an Assistant Secretary confirmed underneath him. So he's taken it all on at one time. The bottom line is, I understand about not abrogating contracts, not breaking contracts, but look, this is about telling them you just cannot live this way. You have to renegotiate them. They need to ultimately be renegotiated in a way in which they're nullified. And listen, there's a lot of people in this country looking for work, including on the street. It just seems to me the suggestion that otherwise we'll lose talented people is rather false at this point in time.
Senator Robert Menendez, Democrat from New Jersey. And Senator, good of you to join us tonight. We appreciate it.
Good to be with you.